Hello guys and welcome back. So in the last video we just created this user model that we'll use as a user model, okay, throughout all this application. So let's close this. We are done with the user model. Now let's create the provider class, okay. This is going to be the user provider that we will use to store his data and then to use it throughout the application, okay. This is going to be data which will be used for state management, okay. So let's go here. Do we have a provider folder? No. So let's right click on the libvier folder and then let's do providers, okay. So this one, the first one, let's right click again over here. Let's create a new file. So this is, let's name it user auth provider, like that, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna name it like that. .dat, okay. So let's create a class here, user auth provider extends change notifier. So let's close it like this, and then we need to import the material package. All right, now here the first thing that we want on top here is a file image, okay. Remember, in the auth here we want to be accessing this from the provider, okay. So let's have that. So here let's have a file which you need to import .io here. So this, let's get the file image which can be empty, and then also we want to get the user model, which also can be nullable. So let's remove all of these. Yeah, we have the file image and then the user model, okay. Now let's also get the getters, okay. Getters, for that we want to get the file image like that, and then we'll get the user model like that. All right, then the other thing is, let's get the Firebase initialization, the Firebase reference, and then also the Firebase auth, okay. So I'm gonna do final Firebase auth like that, and then also I'll get the storage, final Firebase firestore, Firebase firestore. We're gonna get Firebase firestore like that, and then also let's get the collection, the user collection, okay, because the saving things from the user collection we're going to save inside the user auth provider, okay. So let's do final collection, collection reference. We have user collection reference. So here we need to say Firebase firestore dot instance dot collection. So here we want to say constants dot users collection. Yeah, we already created this. If we come to the constant, it's this users collection. All right, so let's go back. So now we have this Firebase initialization that we will use throughout this class. Next, let's also get the reference for the UID, the phone number, and the email from the user object, okay. So let's get the static string. So this is going to be nullable, okay, the current user ID. So we're gonna say current user, let's say current UID, okay. Or yeah, let's do it like that. Current user ID. This we are going to return the Firebase auth.current-user.uid, okay. Firebase auth.current-user.uid. Let's remove that. Yeah, so this one now we can call it from anywhere in our application just to get the current user ID instead of calling something like so like from here where we are calling it, like from here if we want, we can call it from our provider. Okay, great. So now here, let's also call the phone number static string. So you can see this is how we can get the email. So for the email and the phone number, what we can do, we can do that, and then here, if it's not there, we can just return an empty string. Okay, let's also get the phone number in the same way. So static current user phone, will get the user phone like that. Okay, so just like this, right? Now let's create a setter to set this file image. Okay, so here I'm gonna say set file image. We're going to set it like that. So this is just, it's going to be as simple as that. Set file image, we are going to send that file. That file, we are going to equal to that file image and notify the changes. Okay, and then that's it. So also we want to create the method to update the image. So the image inside the UID, okay, in the user module. So let's do update the user image. Okay, so we are going to pass. Okay, so this is updating the entire user module. Okay, so this one we can just call it maybe not update user image. This we can call it set set user module. Okay, because we are getting the module and then setting it to that module. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this comment, and then here I'm gonna say set user module like that, and then still because I want to keep this one only to update the image as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is again I will need the future method. Okay, but it's doing that. Okay, let me just change it, update user image, because I only want to update the image. Okay, so here we're gonna pass the string, and then this is going to be image. Okay, image URL. Okay, so inside the user model here, so you need to get that user model, add a now check, and then get the image URL. That's what we want to set to this image URL. Okay, so now this only updates the image. Okay, so we can also maybe even add another one which only updates the name. Okay, but I don't think we need that for the name, because here we're only changing an image. Whenever we change the name, we can update it automatically in Firestore, and also when saving the data to database, we can just set the model to the new model. Okay, yeah, I think that's all the methods that we need for now to make this work. Okay, so like this, maybe let's try it like this, or maybe let's create other methods that we're gonna need for now. All right, but first let's try it and then we'll continue. All right, now that we have this, let's come here, and then if we go to this handle avatar press in the file image here, let's uncomment it, and then here we want to pass the user auth provider. Okay, so to pass this, we need to wrap the entire profile with the consumer widget. Okay, so let's put our case over here, and then here we want to wrap it with the widget. So we're going to use the consumer widget, which comes from the provider package, and then here we want to get that user auth provider, the provider that we've just made. Then we want to create a builder. So the builder here, this value is going to be the provider. Okay, so here let's get the user auth provider, and then the child, it doesn't matter, we can just leave it like that. And then we have to return now our profile screen. So let's cut it from here and then return it. Okay, then let's paste it there. All right, now we can delete this child and then also close it out like that. So now all of this profile screen is the child of the consumer, is returned by the consumer. So this consumer is going to be reading from the user auth provider. Now here on the file image, we can just get the user auth provider, which is this one. Okay, and then we want to get the file image. All right, this one, which gets this one. Okay, great. So now that we have this, we can also, in this handle avatar press, we can just pass the user auth provider also. Let's just copy this and paste it here, and then we go to this method, and then here we want to pass the user auth provider, user auth provider. All right, great. Now here, if the file is not now, we want to set it here in the user auth provider. Okay, so what we want to do here is down here we want to say user auth provider dot update user image. Okay, so here, so the user image here, we actually don't want to update the user image, not just yet. Here what we want to do is to set the file. Okay, set file image, and then we just need to pass this file. Okay, just like that. Okay, so once we set that, it's going to set it here because we've already created all those methods in our widget. Okay, so we'll do that, and then here we want to check if context dot mounted, if context dot mounted, we want to do bring a dialog which says save the image. Okay, so here let's call our dialog, because once we put the image here, we also want to save it. Okay, so let's do that. So here what we want to do here is just to call our alert dialog. So where is our alert dialog? I don't know where we have put it. Is it in one of our widgets here? Image picker handler, where is that? Okay, it's not in here. Yeah, image picker handler, we have show loading dialog. Okay, yeah, so we come back here, and then we need to call image picker handler dot show loading dialog. So the message we want to say saving. Okay, saving, but this one will come later. I'm just completing this method for now, and then we'll uncomment it. Okay, so anyway, because we have not reached the stage of saving the image to Firestore, let me just comment it for now. Okay, but what will basically happen here is that we are going to show the dialog that we are saving, and then down here we're going to create a method to save the image to Firestore. Okay, so what we'll do is down here we're going to save the image to Firestore. So after we save the image to Firestore, we are going to update the image like this. Okay, this is where actually we'll call our method to update user image, and then we'll get the image that we are saving to Firestore. We are going to update it here, okay? Because from this image URL, we'll get it from this method that we'll do here for saving the image to Firestore, okay? So this is what will happen here, and then after we do that, and then we will dismiss the dialog, okay? Dismiss the dialog, all right? So yeah, this is what we'll do here. 1, 2, 3. All right. So for now, even this one, let's not do it. Let's comment it. We'll do that later. All right. Now it's time to give it a try. But before that, we need to initialize our provider. We've just created a provider class, which we haven't yet put in our main.dat. So let's go in the main.dat here. And then here in the run app, let's put our Keza here, and then wrap it, actually not this one, inside here in my app here, we'll put our Keza here, and then wrap it with a widget. So here is going to be multi-providers, okay? We come down here, and then here we want to say providers. Now in the providers here, we need to put our provider that we've just created. So it's going to say change notifier provider, and then here we want to say context. Sorry, actually not that. Here we don't need anything here. We just return our provider from here, okay? And then here we want to call our user auth provider. All right, so let's import it just like that. We have our user auth provider, okay? And then that's it. So let's remove that. Now let's just look at our code again. So once we select here, we are just going to update that, which is correct. And then if we come here, we are returning that. Okay, this should work. So now we have installed the provider in our main.dat. We have to stop the application and then run it again, okay? All right, hopefully we haven't made any mistake. Let's wait for our application to run. All right, the application is running. Now it's time to select an image, okay? So if we click here, let's open gallery, and then let's select this hammer. We see it's coming here to crop it, and then let's select it. We can see that the image is coming there, okay? So we are getting up to here, we are setting the image. If we go back again, pick the camera, and then we take the image, save it over here. It's going to come in. Great. So we are successfully selecting the image. The next part is we are going to show the loading dialog and then save the image to Firestore, okay? Maybe we can't save directly here. Let's not do this, and let's only save the image once we click on the create user here. I think that's a good idea. Anyway, we'll see what best option we'll go with. All right, so that's it now, guys, about this video. In this video, we've just created the user auth provider that we'll use. All the methods for saving the user data to Firestore and everything will be done in this class, okay? So let's continue in the next video. Thank you, guys, and once again, I'll see you in the next video.